Hello, my name is Ajarn John, and today I am going to be talking with Ampon about the pros and cons of working at home. So let's listen to Ampon first. She is talking in Thai, and then I'm going to make my comments in English.
คอมพิวเตอร์และระบบอินเทอร์เน็ตที่ก้าวหน้าเอื้ออำนวยให้มีคนทำงานอยู่ที่บ้านมากขึ้นเรื่อยๆการทำงานอยู่ที่บ้านโดยติดต่อกับออฟฟิศผ่านทางอินเทอร์เน็ตโดยใช้อีเมลวิดีโอคอลหรืออื่นๆเป็นการประหยัดในหลายทางการไม่ต้องเข้าออฟฟิศนั้นประหยัดทั้งค่าเดินทางค่าเสื้อผ้าที่ต้องใส่ไปทำงานค่าอาหารนอกบ้านและอื่นๆอีกมากมายที่ล้วนเป็นค่าใช้จ่ายประจำวันที่สูงการไม่ต้องเดินทางยังทำให้คนมีเวลาพักผ่อนและทุ่มเทเวลาให้กับงานมากขึ้นหากจัดสรรเวลาให้ดีและแน่นอนย่อมเหมาะมากสำหรับคนที่มีภาระต้องดูแลครอบครัวประโยชน์สำหรับบริษัทก็คือลดภาระในการต้องดูแลบริหารคนซึ่งมาอยู่รวมกันในออฟฟิศบริษัทไม่ต้องรับผิดชอบค่าสวัสดิการต่างๆประหยัดทรัพยากรบริษัทอีกด้วยเพราะลูกจ้างที่ทำงานอยู่บ้านก็ต้องใช้เครื่องมือเครื่องใช้ในการทำงานของตนเองสิ่งที่ถือว่าเป็นข้อดีอย่างมหาศาลอีกข้อคือปัญหาการจราจรที่เลวร้ายโดยเฉพาะในเวลาเร่งด่วนในกรุงเทพจะคลี่คลายลงอย่างมาก
Okay, now you have listened to Ampon. Let me first of all précis some of her main points. Précis, P-R-E-C-I-S. May I remind you that if you are listening to this talk on YouTube, you can click on subtitles or transcript and you should be able to see the text printed. There will sometimes be mistakes, of course, as this is voice recognition software technology. However, I will repeat words which I think may be difficult. So what did Ampon say? She said that computers and the internet nowadays allow people to do their work from home rather than having to travel to an office or some other place of work. At home they can use emails, video calls and other methods to communicate with colleagues and customers or anybody else. This working from home has many advantages. First of all, it saves an enormous amount of time which otherwise would be spent travelling. When you travel to an office in Bangkok, for example, it could easily take you 1 or 2 hours to travel to and another 1 or 2 hours to travel back home. This is an enormous waste of time. Furthermore, she mentions an enormous drop in various expenses you will have to incur if you work in an office. There are first of all the expenses for travelling, whether you're using public transport or using your own vehicle. You also have to have special clothes for working in an office, compared with working at home where you may be able to sit around in a pair of shorts like I am at the moment. You also have to buy your food outside your home. This may be in the office canteen or it may be out on the street, but it is inevitably going to be more expensive than eating at home, where you can raid your own fridge. Raid your fridge, R-A-I-D. The enormous amount of time you save in traveling can be used to work or have more leisure time. So we are seeing an enormous increase in the use of time for people who work at home. You also have the advantage that you have not left your home, so you may be able to do things like look after the kids or deal with tradesmen coming to your home to do repairs or for other purposes. Tradesmen, T-R-A-D-E-S-M-E-N. Tradesmen means people like plumbers, electricians, carpenters, etc. From the employer's point of view, there are also many advantages. They have far less responsibility towards the employees if the employees are not working on their premises. Premises, P-R-E-M-I-S-E-S. They do not have to provide chairs and desks and lighting and computers and all kinds of other equipment. At home, the worker will provide their own equipment, usually their own computer, internet link, electricity, lighting, heating, air conditioning, and so on. And lastly, but certainly not least, there would be an enormous reduction in traffic congestion problems. Traffic congestion, because there will be far fewer people traveling on the roads. So what is my opinion? Well, I agree with all of this. I spend a lot of my time working at home, as I am doing now, and it has enormous advantages. You can just jump out of bed and immediately get on your computer and do something useful. No necessity to wander down the street waiting impatiently at the bus stop. Impatiently at the bus stop, getting all sweaty and irritable. However, there are some advantages of working in an office or an organization. First of all, you have a big social scene. You're in face-to-face contact with a great many people, and this will both hone your social skills, H-O-N-E, hone your social skills, and in addition be fun and entertaining sometimes. Most people like to mix with others, and while they are not working, they may be chatting about TV or other things, gossiping about other employees, gossiping. They can have lunch together. So many people working at home will miss this social life. Another important point is that many jobs really you cannot do at home. If, for example, you're a construction engineer, you need to be at the construction site where your project is, maybe not all of the time, but certainly frequently. So there are many situations where the worker has to go to the work. So let's make it clear, not everybody has the option of doing a great deal of work at home. Similarly with factory workers. You cannot bring the factory machines home and do the manufacturing or assembly in your living room. In conclusion, it is clear that the technology we have available in the modern world enables a great many people to work at home, and this should probably be seen as an enormous advantage, an increase in efficiency and an improvement in the quality of life for many people. What do you think? Do you prefer to work at home, or do you prefer to work in a common area with a group of other people? Have you had the opportunity to try both systems? If you are still a student, then probably you have not had much opportunity to compare the two situations. Although I suppose studying at home is an example. You can compare that with studying at the university with a group of other students. I would now like to talk about the next question I am going to do with Ampon. We are going to talk about soap operas, and whether they reflect real life situations. So I would like Ampon to tell me what a soap opera is, maybe describe a popular soap opera on Thai TV at the moment, and tell me whether she thinks the situations we see in the story reflect real life, or are they just absurd and imaginary. Absurd, A-B-S-U-R-D, and imaginary. I look forward to hearing what Ampon has to say. Oh, and lastly, if anyone is wondering why we are doing this in Thai and English, well, this was my crazy idea. Partly I want to improve my Thai, and partly I wanted to attract the interest of Thai students who may feel a little daunted by a talk which is purely in English. Feel daunted, D-A-U-N-T-E-D, by a conversation which is purely in English. Thank you for listening. Talk to you in episode 5. Bye-bye.